it's Nicole from lowincomerelief.com, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about what's going on in Texas right now. I know we've got a lot of concerned comments and feedback from people who are worried about this proposed law that would restrict what you can and can't buy with your food stamps. So when I started hearing about this, the question obviously is, can states restrict what you can and cannot buy with your food stamps? It didn't seem legit to me because food stamps is a federally operated program, but of course I'm not an expert, so I took it to the USDA. And I have an answer for you, but first I want to give you a little bit of background on what's going on. So State Representative Briscoe Cain in Texas wants to stop Texans from buying chips, sodas, energy drinks, anything he classifies as junk food with their food stamps card. Now he says it's because he's worried about diabetes in the at-risk population that uses food stamps, but his other legislation isn't designed to promote health in other Texans, so it seems to just be kind of a jab at the poor. And you all know how I feel about that. Anyway, so I read through the proposed law that he's written up, and in Section 2, there's an awful lot of disclaimers about what if they need a waiver or special permission from the federal government to implement this law. So I went straight to the USDA and I asked them if Texas had the authority to do this and what would happen. And I got an answer today in my email, and I want to go ahead and read that to you so that I don't mess it up. They said, SNAP is authorized under the Food and Nutrition Act of 2008, which defines eligible foods as any food or food product for home consumption, including seeds and plants that produce food. Now, you guys know that because we've talked about that extensively in our other videos. They go through and they talk about what can and can't be bought on food stamps. Of course, that's all rehashing what we have in other videos. But the final paragraph is the golden one. And in it they say, since the current definition of SNAP-eligible food items is a specific part of the Food and Nutrition Act, any change to this definition and the types of food that can be purchased with SNAP benefits would require an action by Congress. Now, bear in mind, I asked them specifically. I said, do states have the right to restrict what can be purchased with food stamps? For example, can Texas actually prevent people from purchasing junk food, sodas, chips, etc. with their food stamps card? And what they came back with was that this would require an act of Congress. So if you've been following this law and you've been worried about what's going to happen with your benefits, that's your answer, folks. It's going to take movement from the federal government, not the Texas state government, to make that happen. So you should be just fine. That being said, I always encourage you to reach out to your lawmakers. If we don't stand up for our rights, we eventually lose them. So make sure your voices are heard. Thank you for being a part of our channel and our community. I hope this puts your mind at ease, and I hope you have a wonderful day. So I forgot to mention, if you do have food stamps, you ought to check out our website. For those of you who aren't familiar with our content, we write extensively about food stamps and the benefits that you can get just by having an EBT card. We have found over 450 freebies and deals you can get just by having a food stamps card. We've also got some helpful information on how you can increase your food stamps balance each month, and just some interesting things that you can buy with food stamps. And we're always happy to answer any food stamps related questions you may have. So go ahead and ask away in the comments. Thanks.